Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday.
Agree.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What about the 4th of July?
Oh,
That's Independence Day
Yeah.
for all
Yeah, we need
Americans.
You think Juneteenth's not for all Americans?
No, they didn't make it for all Americans.
What do you think they made it for?
Black people.
Why do you think that? Seriously, I'm like, I like to have these questions. Like,
Because
why do you think that?
Because that's what we were
That's
told.
what we were told.
That it's Juneteenth.
For slavery, right?
Right.
Yeah, but okay. So, do you think that blacks should celebrate being enslaved?
No.
No.
You think they should celebrate being free?
But we all are.
Yeah.
So
I know,
why-
I know,
why
I'm
have
just
a
asking.
special day for
Because they're
Juneteenth all of a sudden.
because they're celebrating being free.
Okay, but Irish were slaves.
I know
We
you
don't
should.
have- we don't have an Irish teeth day.
You should.
No, that's getting too. It's dividing us more. It's dividing.
Oh, you think
Too many days
Yes.
off.
Too many days?
Yeah, I
off?
have a
Yeah,
business.
that's
Too many
true.
days
Yeah.
off.
So you think that we should just do everything on the 4th of July?
Yeah, it's Independence Day for America.
Somebody please tell me what Juneteenth is, other than another day to have awful work. I mean, they're celebrating being freed from oppression from the white man, but they still complain about the oppression from the white man. What are we doing?
Hello guys, welcome once again to the channel. I hope wherever you're watching, you're having a great time. Now, there is one thing that currently white Americans are talking about, and it seems it is stemming from the obsession that we have always talked about. Whites seem to be so much worried about the things other people are doing. And right now, we know we just celebrated the Juneteenth celebrations the other day, and some of them are right now questioning, first of all, the significance of celebrating that Juneteenth, and then also why blacks have to be allowed to celebrate, yet others are not having their own days. One thing that comes to my mind when I see white people who, for me, I feel like they are very ignorant about the situation in the United States, when they come and start questioning certain things that they don't understand, is what do they want? Are they not having enough in their plate to solve? They have to give black people their time. You know, Juneteenth has been celebrated many times in the commemoration of the 19th of June, when the last slave was told of their freedom. And that is how black people have used this time to always remember their history and where they have come from, celebrate the milestone they have achieved, and also try to analyze and do a critical analysis of where they are currently. But it seems these kind of celebrations are making some white Americans angry, and they want an end to Juneteenth celebrations. Black people are not giving them any chance, because now they are saying you have now come too far. You didn't need to cross that line. Blacks are protecting what is rightfully theirs, and black people have never asked why white Americans are celebrating the St. Patrick's Day. They have never asked, and they have never wondered why some of them use Confederate flags to do certain things, yet we know that these flags have some racial connotations among them. So it is so tough to look at white Americans right now and try to understand what they want. Black people are asking, what do you want within us? I've compiled a series of clips about this entire situation. Watch it. I shall come back in the end with my commentaries.
Boy, there's a lot of white people upset about this Juneteenth holiday. Woo-wee. I even heard my little Trump town, this old mediocre white man ask, why can't we have a white holiday? And I asked him, I said, so do you think that the Declaration of Independence included black people? No, they were considered property. And us white ladies, all you white ladies out there, that declaration, it didn't include you either. You didn't have any rights. Something I've always said is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Terms and conditions apply. That's been a white holiday forever. Juneteenth is for black people. And for my black friends and family, happy Juneteenth. Now, as a white lady, I'm going to go up here to Amazon, and it's got a whole section that says Black Stories. And I'm going to pick one, and I'm going to watch it and try and learn something. And maybe if you do the same, you wouldn't be so bent out of shape about it. I love y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
Do you think Juneteenth is a useless holiday?
I basically do. Yeah.
Do you think Memorial Day, Veterans Day are useless holidays?
I don't, because I stand with the presumption of time-tested traditions. Like I said, religion is, I call these things cults. I won't dignify them as religions because religions have withstood the test of time. And so I think that if we made a national commemorative holiday for everything that's important that happened in our history, we'd have no working days left. But I think that the spirit of Juneteenth, we already channel into other holidays, like Martin Luther King Day, like President's Day. I think we can commemorate the spirit of that holiday separately. So I think that we shouldn't have redundant holidays that celebrate overlapping purposes. It should have a distinct purpose. And I think, let's be honest, the reason for making that a holiday was under political duress. It was a political hostage situation on the back of the death of George Floyd. And I think that should not be how we create holidays. We should not create holidays with a cultural gun to our head. And that's what happened with Juneteenth.
Juneteenth doesn't happen without white people. There would be no Juneteenth celebration without white people. That is a fact. Juneteenth is tied directly to actions by white union officials and a white president. It was a white union officer, Major General Gordon Granger, who arrived in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1865 with 2,000 Union troops. He issued General Order Number 3 announcing that all slaves are free under the Emancipation Proclamation. Granger was white, and the Emancipation Proclamation itself was issued in 1863 by President Abraham Lincoln, who was also white. So remember that white people played a key role in enforcing the end of slavery.
So on Juneteenth, while Donald Trump refused to acknowledge the holiday and literally released a statement calling for the end of the celebration, President Joe Biden, who is currently undergoing treatment for prostate cancer, flew to Galveston, Texas, the birthplace of Juneteenth, and not only recognized the holiday, he celebrated it with us. Here's the thing. One man honored the legacy of freedom. The other one tried to cancel it. And before someone starts talking, let's talk facts. President Trump, the same man trying to erase Juneteenth, is also the one who tried to overturn the 2020 election by targeting black voters in Detroit, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Philadelphia, stacked the courts with judges who were hostile to voting rights that impacted black people, and cut federal funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Now, flip the script. Joe Biden, a man in cancer treatment, still showed up in Galveston. Why? Because he knows that this moment matters and that being president visible matters. This man appointed more black federal judges than any man in history to the bench. He has forgiven over $160 billion in student loan debt, with black borrowers benefiting the most. He reinvested HBCUs with historic levels of funding and restored protections under the Fair Housing Act and expanded black home ownership programs. And yeah, he's also the one who signed Juneteenth into federal law in the first place. So while Trump is out here fantasizing about dictatorship and whitewashed history, Biden is out here doing the work, even while fighting for his life. And that's a choice. It's like the choices that we made in November to either vote for the continuation of President Biden's legacy by electing Vice President Kamala Harris, or by voting against it and voting for Donald Trump to bring in the Make America Great movement that erases us completely from history, or worse, sitting our black asses down somewhere and not giving a or caring enough to get our black asses up and vote. It was a choice, just like the choice these two men made on Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody. My celebration was lit. We had this ceremony where we paid homage to the white European for rescuing a bunch of black people from Africa, because there was slavery that was going on long before the white Europeans ever participated in it, and actually still goes on today. So we went around high-fiving and hugging and shaking hands with white Europeans, just saying thank you, It absolutely was the most genuine thing. No hypocrites at all. Nobody was wearing Jordans and driving Cadillacs, complaining about white oppression at a celebration from freedom from white oppression. None of that. None of that. It was genuine. There was this song, dude. They got a big white dude up there, gave him a microphone, and he was like, I am massa. And the crowd was like, you are massa. And he's like, you love massa. And everybody's like, we love massa. And I got emotional when I had to leave, and there was this old black dude with his arms around his kids and grandkids looking me in the eyes, and he said, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I could be living in a hut with no running water, sweating my balls off. And with this bitch, I cried. Dude, I cried with him. Oh, what a...
The YNs, they got the damn Juneteenth festival shut down. That's so sad, man. Do something with y'all kids. That new generation is something else, man. Dang.
But I'm the coon, because I said y'all out here raising these gorilla-minded ass motherfucking kids. But I'm the coon. So is this not coon behavior? Huh? An annual Juneteenth motherfucking festival out there in Columbia, South Carolina, and some little nigglets out there running around causing a motherfucking ruckus at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Started a motherfucking ruckus out there doing some fuck shit and got the bitch shut down. Yeah. Motherfuckers can't go out there and enjoy a celebration of our people because some little niglet monkeys that y'all out here raising want to cause a motherfucking ruckus. That's why I said y'all want to be mad because, oh, the white man, I don't give a fuck about these crackers. They gonna agree with this shit anyway because they think I'm a light-skinned nigga that's on their side. But the minute I make a Trump video, they gonna be fucking mad and blocking me. I don't give a fuck about them crackers. I don't care. I care about our fucking people. Our people can't go out and have peace and celebrate and have a function because our people want to terrorize our people. Is that not coon behavior? That y'all out here raising those little monkey-ass kids that go out there and do shit like that? Ain't got no motherfucking sense. Are those parents not the coons of our community? They ain't the Uncle Toms of the community? Oh, nah, just the niggas that here and speak out against this ignorant-ass nigga shit. Oh, okay. All right. Not the coon behavior ain't these motherfucking niggas that be out here running around making these baby mamas and baby daddies in broken homes, making our children statistics. That's not coon behavior. That's not Uncle Tom behavior. The ones that be posted up at the gas station at the quick trips, terrorizing the elderly, terrorizing the women, terrorizing the, you know what I'm saying? Sticking them up and shit. That's not coon behavior. Nah, niggas like me are coons. Stand up, law-abiding citizens are the coons. But a certain fat motherfucker behind the podcast mic told y'all the YNs was gonna save our community. Yeah, but niggas can't even have a Juneteenth celebration because of them fuck-ass niggas. That's the problem. We should have never start calling them that. Because they think it's a cute little nickname. They go out there, yeah, I'm a YN. And now look at them. Look at them. But like I said, it all go back to the motherfucking parents. These little teen takeovers and all this dumbass shit they doing. Motherfucking black people can't go out and celebrate. Can't have fun. Can't have a function without other little fucking black people fucking it up for everybody. Because they ain't got no motherfucking sense. But I'm the coon. Like I said, bro, it's the culture. Y'all want to point the finger at the system, the judge, the white man. It's our fucking culture. The shit that we putting into our fucking culture now, the shit that we idolize, the shit that we glorify now, it's us. There ain't no fucking white man doing none of this shit. And until y'all want to admit and address that, we gonna forever be stuck in this perpetual fucking cycle. We not our ancestors, you damn right. We're not. We're fucking worse. And we got more opportunity and more freedoms and more everything than they ever did. When them folks had to live under actual threat and violence of these motherfucking honkies. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want to be mad at me.
You could explain it to me 100,000 times, and I would still never be able to understand why people despise Juneteenth as much as they do. You go on Twitter, all these, sports teams and organizations posting Happy Juneteenth. In the replies, it's just people filled with, oh, this is disgusting. I can't believe you would post something like this. Brother, are you pro-slavery? It's the celebration of slaves being freed once and for all in the United States of America. I thought, silly me, I thought we'd all gotten to a point in society where we all said, slavery, not great. Probably good that it ended. Silly me. That people would still rather that black people be subhuman and still slaves. My bad, guys. My bad for assuming something like that. My bad for assuming that people could be happy that every human being was equal.
Hey y'all, today is Juneteenth. And I want to tell you why I've been sad and angry all day today. And that's because on social media, I've seen a lot of comments that are just vile and racist. But this message is for white people. White people, this is a white people problem. In the South, we have this sort of culture down here where we don't rock the boat. We don't call people out in public. We don't do those sorts of things because we don't want to disrupt our peaceful lives. But I want to tell you, this is a call to arms about this. Because it is a white people problem, it's white people's problem to fix. And every time that you do not speak up, every time you don't condemn it, every time you don't shame that person back into the hole where they crawled from, then you are complicit in it. Be brave enough, I don't care who it is or where it is, to immediately shut that down. Make those people feel the shame they should. Maybe we can't solve it, but we can sure as heck make sure they don't feel brave and bold enough to go all over social media and publicly say the same things that they say all the time. Keep those opinions in the dark corners where they belong, not out in public. I know that's just as sinister if they do say it. Well, if they do say it out loud, at least we all know who they are. Yeah, we know who they are, but we already know who they are. And because we don't say anything to them, they do it louder and they are more bold and brave about it. Because we, not wanting to disrupt the neighborhood, or because we may go to church with them, or because they may work with somebody we know, or they may be cousin Pookie, whatever, we don't want to disrupt anything. We don't want to cause problems. Get in good trouble and cause problems, y'all. I have spent the better part of the day today being a real SOB on Facebook to people that truly deserved it, and I am proud to do it. I hope you can be proud to do it too. It's the very least that we can do. It's disgusting. It disgusts me. That's all I got to say about it.
So apparently Juneteenth is unchristian, okay? Because I know somebody close to me, they were working their job and somebody came in and said, I almost had to stop coming here because I saw that you guys aren't going to be open for Juneteenth, right? So the person in my life said, oh, okay, why? And this person said, because I'm a Christian. Because I am a Christian, I am mad that you guys are, I don't know, recognizing this day as significant and important. So let's try to figure out what her problem with it is, because if you are not aware, this is what it is. It is celebrated on June 19th to commemorate the end of slavery in the United States. And this woman is saying, I might actually have to boycott this business because I am a Christian. I'm a Christian, so I'm against the end of slavery. So yeah, that was absolutely insane. And I had no idea that there was a sector of Christians who are so against the end of slavery. Okay, actually, maybe I did know that, but it was still shocking to hear somebody be so blatant about it.
So a few days ago, I was posting on all of my social media that it was my birthday. My birthday was the 19th of June, so I was just, posting about it and whatever, and I was at the beach having a great time, and, it's my 23rd birthday, guys, like, I'm so excited, whatever. And I had a few people on a couple different platforms, not people that I know, just like people that might have seen the post or they watch my videos or whatever, respond to it and be like, oh, happy birthday, that's so awesome for you. I don't celebrate Juneteenth, but like, happy birthday. What does that mean? Why would you say that? I wasn't aware that this was optional to celebrate. What reason would you have for not celebrating that? It was just baffling to me. And I know I'm gonna get comments like, oh, you live under a rock, like lots of people are like awful and like they don't celebrate it and whatever. I guess I never thought about it. Like, how, do you just wake up in the morning, thinking about this shit? Like, how does one even come to this conclusion and gain this mindset? And they were dead serious too. And I had the one guy that was like, oh, well, like, you know, it's still a great day because you were born, but it's just like unfortunate. It's like, I'm like, oh, I would not call it unfortunate. No, quite the opposite, actually. What are we talking about?
Hello guys, you've heard how some white Americans are speaking and the responses they are getting from blacks. First of all, white people are so much into the business of blacks that sometimes blacks are asking themselves, when will they be left to breathe? Because for black people, they have never questioned anything whites are doing, and they don't even want to be concerned about it. But in the case of white Americans, each and every time black people have something going on for them, they will always meet opposition from whites, as though whites were created to be antagonists with blacks forever. And when black people are using this Juneteenth celebration as remembrance of the day talking about slavery began, or the end of that era of slavery in Texas, there are those who try to say that it is not a historical fact, and therefore it is all lies and blacks need not to celebrate that. But what is it that really angers you when black people sit down to talk about their own businesses? Does it mean that you don't want blacks to progress? Does it mean that you always want to be the one controlling what black people are doing? Blacks have come of age. They know what they want. They know and understand their rights, and they can't be dictated by anybody. And that is why if you look at current situation in America, blacks have always said, we don't want to be given permission to do anything. The only thing we need from you white people is you need to leave us alone. We are minding our own businesses, and please also do mind your businesses, because when we come together to speak about issues that are affecting Americans altogether, you are always not ready to listen. For example, the question of Donald Trump has lingered within the public discourse for a very long time. The spectacular failures that Trump is giving to America right now are subject of discussion within the community. And one of the things that black people are constantly saying is that we have been the ones on the right. We have always been the ones who are telling you the right thing to do, but you don't dare give us a listen. You don't want to listen to us. So when we have our things going on, please leave us alone. And that is one of the points that black people are always giving out when faced with the kind of challenges that white Americans always present to them. But apart from that, you see that sometimes for me I feel that whites will not be happy when they see black people rejoicing on anything. When they see blacks happy and doing their own things, it really makes them feel angry, and they wish they could do something to spoil the happiness and joy that black people are having. And if you look at history, you'll get to see that that was their own purpose. That was their main purpose in the lives of black people. They have never allowed blacks to enjoy anything. Each and every time blacks sit down to do something, they will always have something to do about it. Remember the Black Wall Street. Blacks were minding their own businesses, building their own environment and a community that is thriving economically. What did they do? They came and burnt it down, destroyed shops, and nobody was held accountable for that. Blacks have never gone to the rooftops crying about what they did at that time. It's just that each and every time they try to remind them that when you come at us thinking that we don't know what to do, you need to understand the things you've done to us. And if you look at this entire discussion critically, one thing that always comes to my mind is that there is a sense in which white Americans are not happy that history is always being reminded to them. Their past actions, their past mistakes, they don't want to learn about it, and they don't want to hear about it. That's why when you hear federal celebrations and holidays, like the Juneteenth celebration, some of them will come with each and every excuse they can ever get to try to discourage people and America from having such kind of celebrations. That really explains why you find also that certain aspects of history are restricted from being taught in schools. They don't want anybody reminding them of their past atrocities against black people. For them, they want to be that group of people who are good, the saviors who came to save the world. But when they are told about the challenges they have led other communities to go through, That is when they draw the line and want to really move away and discourage people from reminding themselves of the history they have lived. So what are some of the reasons that these white Americans are bringing forward as the major things that should be considered for ending things like Juneteenth celebration? One of them is the economic cost, where critics, including President Donald Trump, argue that adding permanent federal holidays creates too much non-working days that cost the United States economy billions of dollars in lost productivity and paid leave. Just one day for blacks. That is what they are complaining about. Look at the number of celebrations Trump has engaged in within the year alone. He has been doing each and everything. And if he ever got a celebration, he would always celebrate it. But when it comes to issues about black people, that one is being costly. Look at the military parade that he got the other day. It was costly to America, and it was even a spectacular failure. But still, that is right. But when blacks sit to enjoy and celebrate their life, that is called wastage. I think we have to leave this double standard that white Americans have over the years. Another issue is the call or projection of national divisiveness, where some conservative commentators argue that celebrating a separate Independence Day for black Americans fragment national unity, preferring that all citizens unite solely around the 4th of July. Black people cannot have the same day of celebration of independence with you white people, because the independence they know is the independence from you. And that began on 19th June, 1865. So when people come around and speak about how black people need to be celebrating Independence Day the same on 4th of July, that is not for black people. In fact, even if America got independence on that 4th of July, under that independent America, blacks were never independent. So they have never had a life the same as yours. You can't force them into having celebrations and commemorations that align to your own desires. Because by proposing that they align their celebrations with yours, it also means you are still exercising some control over them. You have not appreciated that they need to be independent-minded and choose where to go, what to celebrate, and what not to celebrate. The other issue that is bringing a lot of discomfort within the white American community when Juneteenth celebrations are done are the discomfort with the past history. So legal and educational critics push back against the holiday because its mandatory recognition forces public institutions to confront systemic racism and slavery, which they argue promotes a divisive framework similar to critical race theory. So what do white people want? Because it is not blacks who created these divisions. Black people did not bring slavery. Blacks did not bring segregation. It was for the benefit of white people. So when blacks are remembering what you put them through, now you talk about divisiveness. In the first place, America was divided from the onset. You didn't appreciate what black people can do. So why demand it now? It's so sad that this is how white America has been thinking and believing that black people need to behave. Let's continue that discussion down in the comment section. If you're coming across the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, like the video, and share. Thank you so much for tuning in till this end. I appreciate your company. Let's meet on the next one.